Christmas, my true love gave to me 8 maids of milk and 7 swans to swim and 6 geese to lay in 5 golden rings, 4 calling birds, 3 French hens, 2 turtle doves, and a partridge in a pear tree.
Hello there, my name is Nate the AFN Great, and welcome to another exciting edition of the Game Changer, and this is day 8 of the 12 days of booking series, guys, where I take something from Royal Rumble to WrestleMania, and I would book it perfectly because I'm an effing genius, no day required. So for this week, this is actually a request by Mr. Tyler, who requested me to do a storyline for Kevin Owens. Now, something that I actually failed to mention when I did the Sami Zayn one was that I would definitely still keep the friendship with Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn still intact, but really I would limit down their interactions to just backstage stuff because they realize at WrestleMania that the best way to shine is to be a singles performer. Nothing against them being a tag team. I mean, honestly, them as a team is really awesome. I just think that they really will shine better on WrestleMania as singles competitors. Maybe they can save their tag team deal for another pay-per-view like SummerSlam or Survivor Series or even Money in the Bank for that matter. But just limiting their interactions to more backstage stuff, wishing them best of luck, especially at WrestleMania. That is how I would book that. So, with that being said, how would I book Kevin Owens from Royal Rumble all the way till WrestleMania? So, I think people already saw the title. They know what to expect. Hopefully you enjoy this one. So at Royal Rumble, of course, Kevin Owens is a part of the Royal Rumble matchup, but he does not come out victorious. He is involved in the United States Championship Battle Royal. Fortunately, he's not victorious as well. As you saw in the Sami Zayn one, it actually goes to Jinder Mahal. So what does that mean for Kevin Owens? Well, honestly, starting it off, I would actually have him feud for about a month with Ty Dillinger. Make it so that the following week he basically is complaining about the fact that he is one of the biggest stars in this industry aside from his best friend Sami Zayn, and he can beat anybody. So he issues an open challenge. Out comes Ty Dillinger. Kevin Owens basically beats him down, and the matchup is basically one of those points where you know what's going to happen. But after the pop-up powerbomb on Ty Dillinger, Kevin Owens, he gets cocky, he gets arrogant. He actually does that deal where he does like a side cover. Goes 1, 2, Ty Dillinger actually cradles him with a crucifix pin. 1, 2, 3, Ty Dillinger gets a shocking victory over... gave it away too. He gets a shocking victory over Kevin Owens. And this feud goes on for a couple weeks here. We even have him score a tag team victory over Kevin Owens, but in the end of the rivalry, Kevin Owens beats Ty Dillinger. Now, with that being said, we start building up the main story, which is Kevin Owens one-on-one with Bobby Roode. And how you really do that is during this whole interaction between Ty Dillinger and Kevin Owens, have a couple of backstage segments between Kevin Owens and Bobby Roode, where they don't exactly interact as much. They just kind of look at each other and just give people kind of an initial reaction. Then finally, after a episode of SmackDown in which Bobby Roode loses to Shinsuke Nakamura, trust me, I will get to that in the final booking series. Bobby Roode and Kevin Owens are indeed going to be feuding going into WrestleMania. How we do that? Well, really it's kind of easy, actually. So, Kevin Owens comes out and he's still stating that he is the best in the world, he is better than the rest, and that there's nobody that can hold a post to him. Then out comes Bobby Roode. who says, I've been hearing you time and time again stating that you are the best. But the fact is that you actually got pinned by Ty Dillinger, and you lost to him on a couple of separate occasions. If Ty Dillinger can beat you, imagine what could happen if you step in the ring with Bobby Roode. So Kevin Owens, initially he's thinking, yeah, I'm going to do this. But then, of course, being Kevin Owens, he's a troll. He just says, you know what? I'm good. I think I could save that for a little later. And actually, Bobby Roode has a matchup with Ty Dillinger, and Kevin Owens costs Bobby Roode that matchup. And this basically evolves into a great match setup for Fastlane, actually. It's set to be Bobby Roode versus Kevin Owens, but before Bobby Roode can even come out, Kevin Owens actually assaults Bobby Roode. They beat him down. This matchup basically gets thrown out, to where Kevin Owens does indeed get nuclear heat for this, because fact is, people do want to see Bobby Roode versus Kevin Owens. I personally would love to see this matchup, and for them to basically have this robbed, more putting on the blame on Kevin Owens, because Kevin Owens just says, you know what, I'm the best. I don't need to prove that to somebody who thinks that they are the best. I am indeed the best because I've done everything. And this builds up to a match signed for WrestleMania, and that being Bobby Roode versus Kevin Owens. And the thing is that after what happened at Fastlane, there actually is a hold harmless agreement made between the two of them, stating that they cannot have any physical altercations between the two of them until their match at WrestleMania. So this actually opens up a beautiful opportunity for Kevin Owens and for Bobby Roode to actually have really good promos with each other, including a sit-down one where the two of them talk about, their career retrospectives. Kevin Owens definitely could say, I'm one of the biggest guys that was in the independent scenes. I was one of the guys that basically made a ring filled with honor. Little shot to Ring of Honor. Not really taking a major, stab at them, just one of those things where it's like, hey, this is kind of a thing. And then Kevin Owens could throw out the fact that, what have you done since coming here, Bobby Roode? For me, I've won the NXT Championship. I've been the United States Champion twice. I've been the Intercontinental Champion. I believe he's only been Intercontinental Champion twice. And he's been the WWE Universal Champion. And Bobby Roode, he goes on to say, yeah, you've done all of these great things, but the fact of the matter is that while you were basically doing that, I was basically being the guy who was glorious, who has put everything there is on the line. You have to remember that I have done something that you've definitely never done, and that's beaten Shinsuke Nakamura twice. And Kevin Owens can bring up that, well, you lost to him a few weeks ago. It's like, yeah, you know what? Fact of the matter is that it's not going to be all about past experiences. It's not going to be about prior accomplishments. At WrestleMania, it's going to be about who is indeed the best, who is indeed the greatest wrestler in the world, and who is going to be the one who walks out of there looking glorious. So that builds up to the match at WrestleMania. We have Kevin Owens just coming out, of course, looking just absolutely great. He just has a regular entrance where he's just coming out, maybe a new t-shirt, maybe it's KO Mania 3. I think that would actually be kind of cool. Then we see Bobby Roode come out, and honest to God, I would really love to see them bring back the whole choir deal and maybe have on the rampway it look like he's just walking on water. Jeez Louise, I would love to see that happen. I mean, I would even love to see them if they actually made it look like he's actually walking on water. But that's one of those things where it's like, I think that's a little too much. But then again, we also have Broken Matt Hardy, so I guess it's not that too far-fetched. So the match between Bobby Roode and Kevin Owens is indeed another wonderful matchup between the two of them. We see, Kevin Owens breaking out a lot of classic moves that he brought against, John Cena. We see Bobby Roode breaking out a lot of moves that he hasn't done since possibly, TNA, really. I mean, he maybe does the Northern Light Lariat, which is that clothesline he does to the back of the head. That would be a cool spot. He does the Roode Bomb. He's doing everything. He even gets the Perfect Plex going just doing all these great things. He hits the glorious DDT on Kevin Owens. Kevin Owens gets his foot on the bottom rope. Then Kevin Owens, he gets a pop-up powerbomb. Bobby Roode does the same thing. So it's basically just like a one-upsmanship where it's like, you think you can do this? Well, I can do this. I can do this. I can do this. I can do this. Really just one-upping each other. But in the end, I would definitely have Kevin Owens pick up the victory over Bobby Roode. And I hate saying that because I would really love to see Bobby Roode pick up the victory at WrestleMania, but I think that just to prove for now that we see, Kevin Owens is indeed the best in the world, we basically build up this feud even more. So Kevin Owens gets the victory by shenanigans at WrestleMania, where he's using the tights, or he's using the bottom rope, or maybe he hits a low blow and hits a second pop-up powerbomb, just something like that, to where you'd want the feud to continue, because this match was good. Build this up even more to, I think it's Extreme Rules, if I'm not mistaken, for Kevin Owens and Bobby Roode. You definitely have one of the rematches on SmackDown, and then build up to an epic matchup at, I believe it's going to be Extreme Rules for SmackDown Live. Maybe inside of a cage. I would actually think that'd be a great way to finish off a feud between Bobby Roode and Kevin Owens. That's how I would basically book the Kevin Owens deal. I know it's not as long as a lot of the other ones, but I've been spending so much time working on a lot of these other stories, I haven't really gotten a chance to really have specific details. But I think the idea is there. Like I said, you build a little bit of time, get Kevin Owens a little bit of momentum by having, Ty Dillinger involved, and then you have the deal between Bobby Roode as well as Kevin Owens. Like I said, the main thing I would really love to see between the two of these guys is the promos between the two of them. Definitely make mention, even if it's just small mentions, of the fact that, Bobby Roode was one of the greatest world champions at Impact Wrestling. That Kevin Owens was definitely a huge indie star. That Bobby Roode and Kevin Owens definitely had success in NXT. Bobby Roode definitely was one of the guys, one of the few men who really took the NXT title and rolled with it. Mention the fact that Bobby Roode has beaten Nakamura, beaten Hideo Itami. Yes, I know my friend Max is not going to like that, but it's true at this point. Just really hammering out that Bobby Roode definitely does have the potential. And Kevin Owens, of course, brings up the fact that, hey, I've done a lot in my career, but what have you done? Having this matchup series with Kevin Owens definitely would help elevate Bobby Roode to that point. I would also make the case to have Bobby Roode go over at WrestleMania, just because Bobby Roode needs that one big standout-ish moment in the career. But I will say this, that the reason why I haven't really heavily focused on Bobby Roode's side is because he's going to be playing a major role in the final day of my booking, which will take place on New Year's Eve. So definitely tune into that one. That's going to be very filled. It's going to be very detailed, to say the least. You definitely do not want to miss out on that. So thank you guys so much for joining me here for Day 8 of the 12 Days of Booking series. Day 9 will actually take place tomorrow. I will actually get this done tomorrow morning. As far as what you can expect for Day 9, well, maybe I could put it like this. I think it's just going to be absolutely wonderful. Definitely tune into it tomorrow, you guys. I'll see you guys later. Enjoy your Merry Christmas Eve. Christmas Eve, pre-Christmas Eve. Well, it's the day before Christmas Eve, so you know what I mean. Be sure to follow me on Twitter at RealFNGame, and give us a like on the Facebook fan page, facebook.com/changing up the game. Have a good one, you guys, and I will talk to you tomorrow. Bye-bye.